Welcome back to the channel, folks. In today's video, we are doing another quick battle between the all-new M4 13-inch iPad Pro and the all-new M2 13-inch iPad Air. These are two gigantic tablets, and people would choose either one for a number of reasons. I want to be able to help you make that purchasing decision. And looking at these two at first glance, you might think the obvious choice is clearly, but I would actually disagree. And I'll tell you why. Let's go ahead and talk about it. First things first, I want to tell you which one you should go for first. Then I'll tell you why you should go for it. Without hesitation, you should go for the Air. Now, of course, this is not just a blanket statement for everyone out there. This is specific to most average users out there. And by the way, by me saying that you should go for the iPad Air, I'm not saying that the iPad Pro is not good or it's not good enough. If anything, it's way better than the iPad Air here. But the channel, of course, leans towards value. I'm always gonna recommend things that provide you with the best bang for your buck, right? What's gonna offer you the most value. Now, if you just wanna buy the iPad Pro, be my guest. It's an awesome tablet. I mean, look how thin this thing is. Anyways, let's go ahead and quickly fly over the tablets here, talk about some of the similarities that they share here, along with the differences, right? You know, starting off at the top here, you do have a power button on either one of these two tablets. On the iPad Pro, the power button is just a power button. On the iPad Air, it's a power button, but it's also a fingerprint sensor. So you have the sensor embedded, you know, in that button there. You use that to unlock the tablet. On the iPad Pro, you unlock the tablet using Face ID. They're both very, very reliable ways to unlock your tablet, and they're also very, very secure. Then, of course, you do have your volume rocker. You have the pad for the Apple Pencil, either the Apple Pencil Pro or the USB-C Apple Pencil. In my case, I have the Pro. That's one thing they have in common. They both support the new Apple Pencil Pro. Then at the bottom, you have a USB Type-C port on either one of these two tablets. On the iPad Air, that port is a 3.1 Gen 2 USB-C port. On the iPad Pro, it's a Thunderbolt 3. So definitely faster on the Pro than it is on the iPad Air, and it's expected. It's a Pro tablet, right? Moving to the back here is where you will find the cameras. So what they have in common is that they both have front and rear cameras. The rear cameras, this is where we see some of the differences. You will notice just the visual of it. They're both very different cameras. On the iPad Pro here, you have a single camera. Although it looks like you have 2 or 3 lenses there, it's just one camera. The lens at the bottom, or what looks like a lens at the bottom, is actually LiDAR. And then, of course, on the right, you have the flash. On the iPad Air, what you have is just a single camera. Moving to the front, we do have front-facing cameras. They're both 12 megapixel ultra wide cameras on both the Pro and the Air here, right? 12 megapixel ultra wide with support for center stage. So you can sit your device there and you move during the video call, and it will track to make sure you stay within the frame. By the way, on the back there, they're also 12 megapixel cameras. In terms of quality of the cameras, they are good for tablets, right? Obviously, when it comes down to capturing life's amazing moments, you want to go for your phone because the camera on your phone is likely better than that of your tablet. But if you wanted to take pictures or videos with your tablet, they will do the job too. By the way, today's sponsor is Keeper Security, and they're sharing some crucial tips that will help you stay safe as you make travel plans this summer, because now more than ever, cyber criminals are gonna be lurking. First tip to keeping your sensitive data safe: limit your social media posts that share your location. Cyber criminals can and will use that to target you. Next one, avoid using public Wi-Fi. Cyber criminals can use what's called an MITM attack to literally manipulate your sensitive data in real time. The next one, consider the use of a VPN. This is truly an efficient way to protect your online identity. The last one here, and it's just because traveling can be so chaotic, and important documents such as visas, passports, medical records can be stolen or misplaced, right? So upload copies of these to a secure password manager like Keeper Security and use those digital copies as backup. Now use my special discount code IvanCam50, all in one word, to get 50% off when you sign up. The link will be in the description. Now, I mentioned the pencil there, the Apple Pencil Pro. There are also new accessories for these guys here. The Magic Keyboard, for example, is not backwards compatible. So with the iPad Pro here, you need the new Magic Keyboard in order for it to work. And the same goes for the iPad Air. Now let's go ahead and talk displays. This is where the iPad Pro really shines, right? Because the display here is something else. It's amazing. What you have here is tandem technology, and that technology allows for two OLED displays to be put side by side and really optimize the use of both of those displays, right? You can make the display be super bright, up to 1600 nits, which is extremely high for a tablet, for an OLED display on a tablet. Whereas on the iPad Air here, what you have is an IPS display. Again, as I mentioned, 13 inches on both tablets, large displays here, of course. Screen real estate here is more than you need, more than the average person needs, right? So when it comes down to image quality, looks really good. Super sharp on the iPad Air, vibrant colors, all of that good stuff. On the iPad Pro, you also do have extremely sharp images, right? Inky black, inky red. So they pop, they really do pop more. But still, I recommend the 13-inch iPad Air. Anyways, moving on. As far as the speakers go, the iPad Pro here has slightly better speakers. The sound is fuller. It seems crispier. I don't know what it is. But anyways, the sound is just fuller and louder. And that is because you have a quad speaker setup on both tablets. It's quad, so two on each side. But in reality, on the iPad Air, you only have a total of 2 speakers, right? Except you have 4 grills. So you have 4 grills, but 1 speaker there. So you have 2 grills on this side, 1 speaker, and then 2 grills on the other side, 1 speaker. On the iPad Pro, on the other hand, you have a total of 4 speakers that do come with 4 grills, 2 speakers on each side. That's also the reason it is louder. As far as performance goes, when it comes down to day-to-day stuff, you will not notice the difference. It's pretty much the same stuff. When it comes down to opening heavy things, that's when you're going to start noticing the difference. Now, if you've watched my regular iPad Air versus regular iPad Pro, you probably noticed that it's pretty similar to what I'm sharing here, right? Because they're the same devices, except these are jumbo sizes, right? As far as day-to-day stuff goes, it's all the same. But when it comes down to heavy things, that's when you start seeing the M4 and the Pro here pull away, because it is extremely powerful. My hope was that during the WWDC event, we would hear, or Apple would share or unlock some ways to tap into the real power of these super powerful chips, but unfortunately that was not the case. Now, the displays on these are pretty large, and many people love that, especially artists or even just regular people who want a large display. These things are huge, right? 13 inches, you know, watching movies here, playing games, very, very cool, right? I would suggest if you're playing a game here, you just grab a controller rather than holding the tablet. I mean, you can, but it's always better to actually have an actual controller. It feels as if you're playing on a small TV. It's really, really nice, super immersive here. So pretty good stuff here. Battery life has been excellent on either one of these tablets here. I don't anticipate anything bad happening anytime soon to the battery, depending on how you use your tablet. I personally am a power user, and I'm able to squeeze a lot of life out of these two. Anyways, with all of this said, I'm gonna go back to my initial point. If you are in the market for either one of these two, and you are looking for what's going to offer you the most value, the 13-inch iPad Air here is clearly the one to go for, right? It's cheaper, and you can get to play with the config, all of that good stuff. But if you are looking for the most powerful of both, then the iPad Pro is the way to go. You get the best tablet that Apple has to offer, the most powerful tablet that Apple has to offer, and of course it is loaded with all the bells and whistles. But then again, like I said, if you're looking for value, the iPad Air is the way to go. That's just my take. Did you have to make this decision? I'm certainly hoping that this video helps you pull the trigger on either one of these two. Let me know with your questions or comments in the comment section. I'm going to catch you in the comment section like I always do. Don't forget, of course, to like the video, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. I'm going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.